Mike Barrel here to entertain you with the help of Phil Collins. Keep your sights on what's up ahead. Don't look back, that won't help us now. I finally found Dancing to the Light, an album he put out in the mid-90s. It was the only Phil Collins album I didn't have until now. Anyways, I just got out of church. I got to go to my second job. But before I do, we were talking about Transfiguration in church today, and it got me remembering a horror movie I like called Martyrs. I was fortunate to get my hands on the French version first. Interesting horror movie. It basically centers around a bunch of European elitists who want to, through experimentation, figure out just how much torture and suffrage and whatever, all that fun the human body and mind can endure before reaching the state of transfiguration. There is an American version of it. It's so watered down. It's basically the same movie, except the last 30 minutes or so is watered down. They try to throw Christianity in there, quote unquote, whatever. But they say if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'll say one thing I like about the American version. The soundtrack could be compared to stuff from like composer Mike Oldfield. Anyways, Martyrs. A very interesting horror movie. Its interpretation of Transfiguration, though, is still trapped in the physical world. The closest intellectual conclusion, I think, from my perspective, the story draws, referring to the French version now, the better version, is that the act of doubting the existence of God equates to the act of yielding to God. There's it's an interesting film. The first time I saw it years ago, I've been wanting to do a video about this movie for the longest time, and I probably should now. But all I'm going to say here is the second act of the French version of that movie is definitely reminded me of how childhood felt for me from an emotional standpoint. There's a little bit of sexism in the film, suggesting that females are more susceptible to suffrage, physical and mental suffrage. I found that very sexist. But anyways, it is what it is. Hats off to the director, the French director.